rising. Okay, everyone, please read the example.
As winter approaches,
I continue to work diligently.
storing food for the cold season. Meanwhile, the grasshopper continues to sing and dance, ignoring the ants' warning to prepare for the harsh times ahead.
Next, we have the climax. So, this is the turning point of the story, the most intense moment. So, kumbaga, this is the peak of the story. Okay, so please read the example.
The climax of the story occurs when winter arrives and the grasshopper, unprepared and hungry, goes to the ant house seeking help. The ant who has been storing food confronts the grasshopper about his lack of preparation.
Next, we have the falling action. It is where the events that occur after the climax, leading to resolution. So it is where now the problem in the story have the solution. So please read the example.
In the following action, the ant teaches the grasshopper a lesson about the importance of hard work and preparation. The grasshopper realizes his mistake and learns the value of planning for the future.
And the last one, we have the resolution. It is the conclusion of the story, where loose ends are tied up and the moral of our lesson is often revealed. So commonly in the fairy tale story, we can read at the end of the story that they live happily ever after, right? Okay, so please read the example.
The resolution is the ant shows the grasshopper humble and grateful for the ant's help. He acknowledges his oversight and promises to work hard in the future, demonstrating the moral of the story about the importance of foresight and diligence.
Okay, so now you understood what are the elements of the short story. You understand?
Yes.
So what is exposition? In simple terms, in your own words, what is exposition? Just a simple, just a word. It's the introduction. Yes. Okay. Next one is the rising action. It is where the problem arises. Right? Did you really understand what is the elements of a short story based on what you've read earlier? Okay, next we have the climax, which is where the peak of the story. Next is the falling action. It is where the problem have now the solution, and the last we have the resolution. And that it is the conclusion of, or the overall, or the ending of the story. So now, I have here the two short stories, and I will group you into two, and each group will compose of 3 members. So the first row will be the group 1, and the second row will be the group 2. So here's the short story. I will give you like 5 minutes to identify what is the exposition, the rising action, the climax, falling action, and the resolution of the said stories. Okay, so are you done answering? Are you done answering the back part? Yes. Okay. So now you are going to read the whole story and read also your answers at the back of your papers. Okay. Your plan, please stand here in front and read the whole story of the ugly duckling. By paragraph.
The story of Ugly Duckling. Lying down on an old farm with a duck family. Mother duck had been sitting on the pot of new eggs. One nice morning, the eggs hatched out, pop, sick, the duckling. All except one is the biggest egg of all. Mother duck sit and sit on the big egg. At last, they opened out of the last big duck. It looks big and strong. It is gray and ugly. I cannot understand how this ugly duckling can be one of mine. She said to herself, shaking her head as she looked at her last born. Well, the gray duckling was not pretty, and since he ate far more than his brother, he was outgrowing them. As the days went by, the poor ugly duckling became more and more unhappy. His brothers did not want to play with him. He was so clumsy, and also the farmyard folk simply lost at him. He felt sad and lonely, while Mother Duck did her best to console him.
Poor little ugly duckling, she would say, why are you so different from the others? And the ugly duckling felt worse than ever. He secretly went at night, because nobody wanted him. Nobody loved me. They all teased me. Why am I different from my brothers? Then one day, at sunrise, he ran away from the farming yard and stopped at a pond and began to rescue all the other birds. Do you know of any ducklings with great feathers like mine that everyone shook their heads in scorn? And the the only duckling did not lose heart, however, and keep on making inquiries. He went to another pond where a pair of large eels gave him the same uncertain question.
Then one day at sunrise he ran away. Once again he was all alone. Then as far away as he could at town, he found himself in a deep bed of woods. If nobody was near, I had they were forever. There was plenty of food and the duckling began to feel a little hungry. He thought he was lonely one day at sunrise he saw like a beautiful bird winged overhead white with long slender necks, yellow beaks and large wings. They were beautiful. If only I could look like them, just for a day, said the duckling as he reminded him. Winter came and the water in the deep bed froze. The poor duckling left home to seek food in the snow. He dropped exhausted to the ground, but a farmer found him and put him in his big duckling basket.
Take him home to the children. They look after him, poor thing, is frozen. The duckling was showered with plenty care at the farmer's house. In this way, the ugly duckling was able to survive the bitterly cold winter. However, by springtime, he had grown so big that was the farmer decided to set him free by the pond. That was when the duckling saw himself mirrored in the water.
change, I hardly recognize myself, but like as one leaning north above and right onto the pond. When the duckling saw them, he realized he was one of their kind, and soon made friends. Now his swam as companion with his fellow swam. One day, Julian on the river bank screamed, "Look at the young one, he's the finest of the world," and he was full of compliments.
So what is the exposition of the story?
Duckling, the pond's cabbage, and one characters, ugly duckling, lovely mother, duck, lovely woman, farmer, swans.
What is the call of action?
Duckling stays with the farmer, and his family for the winter. Duckling is released into the understood. They stand at the beginning of spring.
What is the climax?
The ugly duckling is saved by the farmer and taken for the river.
And what is the falling action?
Duckling stays with the farmer and his family for the winter. Duckling is released into the wilderness at the beginning of spring.
And what is the resolution of the story?
Darling duckling turned out to be a beautiful swamp. After going through a lot of politics, the moral of the story is that you should judge someone by appearance, as you don't know what we could be capable of.
Okay, thank you. Let's give 3 claps for group 1. Okay, now it's time for group 2 to read the story of... What's your story?
Kami mabagas. Ito ko gusto ba patayaw dyan?
Kasi, oy, kabit yun.
Dato ba?
Jato
Nakatawang sila makatawang.
Let's read it first.
Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there lived a poor widow and her son Jack. One day, Jack's mother told him to sell their only cow. Jack went to the market, and one day he met a man who wanted to buy his cow. Jack asked, "What will you give me in return for my cow?" The man answered, "I will give you 5 magic beans." Jack took the magic beans and gave the man the cow. But when he returned home, Jack's mother was very hungry. She said, "You fool. He took away your cow and he gave you some beans." She threw the beans out of the window. Jack was very sad and went to sleep without dinner.
The next day, when Jack woke up in the morning and looked out of the window, he saw a beanstalk and hid from the magic beans. He climbed up the beanstalk and achieved a kingdom in the skies. There lived a giant and his wife Jack went inside the house and found the giant's wife in the kitchen. Jack said, "Will you please give me something to eat? I'm hungry." So kind wife gave him bread and some milk. While he was eating, the giant came home. The giant was very big and looked very fearsome. Jack and terrified and hid inside. The giant carried 3 fish. Because I smell the blood of the be alive or be dead, but I need bones to make my bread. The wife said.
there is no ball here. So the giant ate his food and then to his room. He took sacks of both toys, counted them and kept them aside. Then he went to sleep. In the night, Jack crept out of his hiding place, found some gold coins, and snakes, and the beanstalk. At home, he gave the coins to his mother. His mother was very happy and they lived well for some time. Jack in the beanstalk and went to the giant's house again. Once again, Jack asked the giant but when he was the giant returned. Jack leapt up and cried and went under the bed. The giant I smelled the bed. He had then drained his bones to make my bread. The wife said, there is no body here. The giant ate his body, went to his room. There he lay and the hen laid golden egg. When the giant filled asleep, Jack from the hen and climbed down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was very happy with him. After some days, Jack once again climbed the beanstalk and went to the giant's hostel for the third time. Jack met the giant's wife and asked for some food. The giant's wife gave him bread and milk, but while Jack was eating, the giant came home.
Okay, so what is the exposition of the story? We learn about Jack
Jack in the and his widowed mother who lived in long ago. Poor and creative. Jack sets off the trade their cow. He trades the cow for beans which grow into a giant beanstalk.
So what is the following action?
We learn that Jack has climbed the beanstalk where he has found a giant and his wife.
Jack,
The climax.
Jack is cut by the giant and he begins. After coming back, Jack decides to run for his life down the beanstalk.
The following action.
Jack is able to solve the conflict by chopping down the beanstalk in order to get away from the giant who is chasing him.
And that's one, the resolution.
At the end of Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack and his widowed mother never see the giant again, and they live happily ever after.
Okay. So we also gave 3 claps for the group too.
Ate,
Okay, so I assessed your works based on the assessment rubric, and all of you got 30 points. Okay, 5 claps for that. Okay, so that's all for our lesson, and I will just give you your homework. So we're going to write a short paragraph analyzing the sequence of elements in a short story of your choice. And you are going to use specific examples from the text to support analysis. That's all for our lesson. So goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye and thank you, ma'am.
Thanks so much.